Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall says 20 minutes past 11 on Wednesday night. Back with a couple for tomorrow, much later than I had intended. I had a sort of a busy day. I headed late out of the traps this morning, tired, although I had a good night's sleep. And we headed for Galway, a few of us. We went about 11, up to break the week for the brother who's getting radiation. So a few of the family went up. He's in good form. He's finished 2 days next week, and that's him done and dusted. So then they'll have scans and that to see what's the story from there on. And I did donate. That's all, a lot of voluntary work done there. In the they stay there for very little or nothing. In the lodge at the back, there's 22 people. It's for people that comes from a long way away from that neck of the woods. There's a couple of people there, Northern Accent, Donegal, Derry, different places. So I threw $100 in a little box there today. Now, one person gave me half of that last week, the doc in Ordenmore, and I did say to him, I said, I know where I'm going to put that, and they were grateful to get it. Now, I won't be stopping there. I will be giving more again, or we might do something to raise funds for them. And I went in to visit my neighbour that's 90. She's in Galway. She was transferred back to Roscommon this evening. She had a pacemaker put in last Friday. I do visit her all the time, and she got ill there a couple of weeks ago. Great form, a Galway woman. Came to Roscommon when she was 18 and never left. She liked the smell of the sheep. So she's a good form. Spent had a good chat with her. And went for a bit teas. Then went to a place I was in before, and when I came, with great meat, great food, roast beef was absolutely tremendous, plenty of it. Dessert, I said the last time I was here I had apple tart, but the custard was very limited, and she says, well, I have some. But I went for the sherry trifle. And I said, have you custard put it with it? And she said, it's the runny custard. I said, mix it through it. She did. It was absolutely superb. 12 out of 10, the meal I had there this evening. Absolutely brilliant. I'll be definitely going back there again. The only one thing about it was the bowl was a bit small for the trifle. About 3 times the size of that now, and I'd be in my element. So on the way back, we pulled in Ballintubber, 2 pints of Guinness. And I said, we'll better head, because I have a video to make. And I had nothing done, no research, so I spent the last sort of 45 minutes, and I might be able to share it with you in time, what's going through my mind today and this evening, but just can't divulge it right now. We had a good day. We had a meatloaf day for the newcomers on the bus. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. A great ending to the month. I think we had, all told, I think we nearly had a winner a day at the count up. A nice prices today, 92 and 72. And actually, Carol's cottage, or Grandad's cottage, drifted out to 11 to 2 at some stage during the day. But given a terrific ride. I was saying that last night, that he's riding very well, Dylan Johnson, and that was the third leg of a treble. I was very comfortable watching. I was watching it on the phone, actually, outside the place where the other members of the family was inside at the time. And because you couldn't go back from the hospital because there was afraid of a transfer of COVID. So when I went in, I didn't go back in again because they are all vulnerable cancer patients. So great ride altogether. I did, at the funeral last night when I met Mary O'Connor from Douglas and Cork, her son, who she introduced me to, typical of his dad, black cat, black kitten, I do say. The first thing he said was, have you a horse for me for tomorrow? and I said Grandad's Cottage. So I hope you backed it, and I hope you told Dad, who I know a long, long time. I should have left the flat horse alone by right. I had the 2 national hunt, but I said I better put one for the Goo. And when I was going for the Goo, I should have went for Brewing in Kempton, go for the good class race, the good horses, because they always run to their mark, as opposed to there was a slow pace there in front, and the Hosger just burned it up after that. That's a classy little sort anyway, but I think Prisoner's Dilemma, his goose is cooked. And then Wrapped in May. Heap of money for that all day. It was 11 to 10 at the time of going on. I know what to return that. But the only time it was in trouble, I thought, was when I went into the shite ground coming round Turdens. But when it got on the decent ground again, it picked up. But it was too far to go over the far side to get a good run of it at it. But just got up on the line. But as the fella sent me a text after it when it went through, he says, "Never in doubt." I says, "I have to agree." So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Meatloaf Day. Few newcomers on the bus: Din 1010, Big J, Young M, Simon Dodds. You're all very welcome. On to tomorrow. We've got to get this in Dublin. It's nearly 11:30. In the last race tomorrow, the 4:30, we have a bus horse. A horse called Mumbles, who 8 days ago, it'll be a week today, but it'll be 8 days from tomorrow, absolutely hosed up for Evan Williams. Adam Wedge was riding. Conor Ring is riding tomorrow, taking off what? 3 pound. He's a 3 pound claimer. He's up what? Well, let's see how many pounds did he go up. There's only one thing about it tomorrow. This race is just over 2 miles. I'd prefer if this was 2.5 miles tomorrow, or even 2-3, or that. I'd be far more comfortable about it. As we can see, the last year, the farther the race went, the farther he was going away from. That's him in front with the white hat.
Then the ridden along God's Own Getaway from Brijalco. Danton is the only other one who's just about in touch, well clear of Deer Stalker and Champagne Rhythm. And here's the third last. Mumbles hops over neatly, about 3 lengths ahead. Accidental Legend has been urged and kidded and coaxed along for a long way, but he's still responding, and he's the one who's trying to hunt down Mumbles. Brijalco, the old boy, stayed on into third ahead of God's Own Getaway. Eleni Roll now with Legs of Jelly, and Mumbles has extended the lead, approaching the second last. Still a fair way from home, however, about 4 lengths between he and Accidental Legend. There's an 8-length break to Brijalco, and they now race downhill with a 1/4 mile to travel and a long run to the last. Mumbles being held together in front by Adam Wedge, at the moment maintaining the advantage over Accidental Legend, who hasn't given up the fight by any means. They're miles clear of Brijalco and God's Own Getaway. They're the only ones still going. Here's the last. Mumbles ploughed through it, kicked it half to the ground. Accidental Legend bunny hopped it in second. Brijalco back in third. It's single file stuff. Mumbles is going to have to be kept going in conditions by Adam Wedge, but he's going to score for David and Evan Williams. Mumbles clearing away close home, wins well. Accidental Legend, a triumph for Paddy Brennan's.
Only 4 finished in that race. But it's back. It's a 2 mile race tomorrow. 2 mile and what? It's not even 2 miles. Something short of it. And that's just the scary part for me, because it had been running at 3 miles all along, and the only time it ran it was in a maiden hurdle, which was beaten very much in. But we have to, and put them up because it's the bus horse. There's a horse there that we backed the last day, Smart Casual. But that's no bad joke, I'll tell you. I'd be sort of afraid of that tomorrow, actually, back at about a 2 mile. By Black Sam Bellamy, he loved the heavy ground as well. And he had a good run. 2 runs back. That's why I picked him in Fontwell. But he went off giant favourite the last day, and he was only beaten 2 3/4 lengths. There's a race in him, as I said, the last day. So I'd be leaving that race alone tomorrow, only for Mumbles is in it. But the way I'm doing things since I started, I'd give another chance always. We call it bus horse. I'm putting up Mumbles. It's an even money shot though. I know that's not for everyone. People don't like that, but if he was a bigger price the last day. If you want to do a double with a smaller price horse, there's a horse in the 130. There's a favourite there, Tedley. That ran well enough. This is a class 4 maiden hurdle. It's an 11 to 8 shot. That ran well enough in a class 2 the last day. Class 2 maiden hurdle. I know it was beaten 10 lengths. But the time before it ran a very good race at Ffos Las, 2 miles in the step up and trip. This is it here in the same course, and no, it's a half a mile longer tomorrow. There's a race in this at this distance, you would imagine.
So struggling a little bit in third as they come now towards 3 out. Golden Decur has made all to this point. Jumps it 2.5 lengths clear of Ted 2 in second. It's not happening for Steel Ally. That one is dropping back as they run, a few of them pulling up at the top of the home straight as Tedley continues to plug on as they run now towards the second last. As they do so, it's Golden Decur with Ted 2 in second place. Coming towards 2 out, a slightly tired jump there from Golden Decur, and Ted 2 has got to the front. Coming down towards the last, Tedley in third place is still plugging on as they head towards the 7th and final flight here. Ted 2, Golden Decur, Tedley in the centre, and not there from the leader Ted 2 as Tedley comes through to take a narrow lead. Sprinting over on the far side again is Ted 2. After that mistake, they're split far apart. They run to the line, Ted 2 and Tedley, and it'll go to the judge, the far side.
Got beaten by a neck in that race at 33 to 1. So he ran beyond their expectations. I see the C was well bet the last day. It looks a race, a step up and trip, 4 furlongs, go on the ground, go on the track. You could double them 2 shorties. The win bet tomorrow is in the 3 o'clock at Ffos Las. It's a 3 mile chase. There's an old horse that won for us before, was Pakachuti for David Piper. It's gone a bit sour since, even though it ran pretty decent the last couple of times. Coconut Splash was there for us one time too, but Pimlico Point the last day, first time over fences for Kerry Lee, who was doing all right recently. It's by Flemonsford, and they like a bit of cut on the ground. It won a point to point for Colin Bow, to sold for, I think it's 160,000. But at the time it won its novice hurl, it was a good run, beating a townhouse crowd. There was a dead heat for second in that race, wasn't there? A townhouse crowd and Super Survivor. Like Super Survivor went off second or third favourite for the Welsh Grand National there. When last week just pulled up in a race there when a year ago. But in its last race here in Exeter, that's it in the blue cap.
And great name there to both struggling off the bridle as the leader Henderson Wise.
Decent horse, that Wise guy. Ran a couple of times since. Kerry Lee has given this a chance to regroup. I just double checked there. It was bought for 160,000 from the Colin Bow yard. So that'll be, well, we'll see what price it is. 5 to 294. That'll be the win bet tomorrow. There's absolutely dire straits stuff tomorrow altogether. Wincanton, I couldn't get anything at all. I looked at it there. Same with Chelmsford. There was no long distance race. So the decks will be in tomorrow in the morning for Saturday. So we'll be delving into them tomorrow and back tomorrow night and Friday night with videos for the weekend. In the meantime, bash the bookies over and out.